Spiky Wargamer here, and today we're going to talk about the role of Spiritseers in most Eldar armies. Obviously, some of this stuff won't apply to Eldar players if you have a specific, themed army, or if you play... Actually, never mind. I was going to say if you play Iandon, but this really would affect them more than normal. So, Spiritseers. Right, yeah, neither of those are Spiritseers. One's Eldrad and one's Gandalf, but, both have seen their fair share of proxying as a Spiritseer, and usually no one really has a problem with a Farseer proxying as a Spiritseer. They're almost the same thing, and it's pretty much almost the same model. And Gandalf is Gandalf, so he can do whatever he wants. So, Spiritseers. I mean, their role is pretty obvious. They have some really great benefits that haven't really been seen before in the Eldar Codex. So, Spiritseers, excuse me as I'm just flipping to the page here. They have a normal stat line of a normal seer. They have 2 wounds with a 4-up invuln. You know, I mean, if they get hit, if they get shot at all, chances are they're going to die. I mean, pretty much by anything. You know, so that's whatever. So they're basically like a 70-point Farseer with 1 less wound, 1 less psychic power, and a different psychic table. A table. Like, you know, psychic discipline. So, I think the main things about a Spiritseer that separate them, like why you'd bring a Spiritseer over a Farseer, or a Spiritseer instead of a Farseer. 1, Spirit Mark. This rule it's pretty crazy. You just choose a unit within 12 inches. It's not a psychic power, and that unit, if all Wraith Guard, Wraith Blades, Wraith Lords, Wraith Knights, Hemlock Wraith Fighters, I want to say, reroll to hit rolls of 1 against that unit. No, it's not a psychic power, so they don't get denied a witch. So that's a great way to really focus fire on a unit and be able to really eliminate it and just that little boost sometimes. You know, the Wraith Guard shooting with their Wraith Cannons. You roll 1 or 2 ones, you get to reroll all of a sudden. That's 1 or 2 more strength 10 hits, you know. And in combat, Wraith Guard, Wraith Blades attacking, you know, those reroll ones can be really handy at just wiping out the last part of a squad. I mean, sort of a self-explanatory rule. The second reason why you'd take a Spiritseer instead of a Farseer, let me just put a disclaimer out there. I'm not saying that Spiritseers are better than Farseers. It really does depend on your scenario. So, the second reason you take a Spiritseer instead of a Farseer is because of their rule Death Speaker. So, all Wraith Guard and Wraith Blades are troops. That's awesome. Because that means now that you have this squad with the toughness of a monstrous creature, with 5 different models with these incredible guns and close combat weapons that can now take objectives. And with the bonus, sometimes they'll get cover saves, sometimes they'll get bonuses from the Spiritseer, from psychic powers. It's just awesome. And let's see here. The third reason you'd take a Spiritseer instead of a Farseer is for the fact that they take Runes of Battle discipline over Runes of Fate. Now, Runes of Battle, I think, is a really well thought out psychic discipline. It's really sort of like the bipolar section of Eldar psychic powers, because for each power there's 2 powers within it. For example, there's Protect / Jinx is one power on the table. Protect gives you +1 armor save, and Jinx gives your opponent -1 armor save. You know, it's sort of like that positive, negative, black-white kind of effect. But some of those are really, really good. Some of those Runes of Battle psychic powers. Now, they are random, so you're not always going to get what you want. But I feel like for the role that Wraith Guard and Wraith Blades have, which is generally where you're going to be putting your Spiritseer, with them, Wraith Guard, Wraith Blade, to support them, because it makes them troops and it just sort of fits. Runes of Battle can really benefit your Wraith Guard, Wraith Blades. Even the Primaris power can give yourself, I think it's Shrouded, which is +2 to your cover save. So all of a sudden your opponent's shooting missile launchers and plasma at you. Now you get a 5-up cover save if you didn't have one before, or +2 to whatever cover save you have. So Spiritseers are, they're good. I would really, I would take a Farseer. Now I know I've been ranting about Spiritseers, but really I would take a Farseer in every Eldar army, or I would take a Farseer over Spiritseer all the time, unless your army has Wraithguard Wraithblades in it, and or a Wraith Lord. You know, it has multiple Wraith units in it, in which case I would take a Spiritseer. Oops. Decided to kick the table at the wrong time, apparently. Yeah, so if your unit's like all Guardians, you know, maybe one unit of Wraithguard, but you're not really focused on them, don't take a Spiritseer. I mean, it's pretty obvious, just by the fluff and everything, that the Spiritseer supports Wraith units the best. So, yeah, stick to that. So a Spiritseer is like a step-down version of a Farseer, but it has added benefits toward Wraith units. So if your Eldar army is focused at all around Wraith whatevers, I mean, all kinds of Wraith stuff, then bring a Spiritseer. So that's it. That's our talk about Spiritseers. I think they're a really, really solid unit in the Eldar Codex. For only 70 points, I think they bring so much more to the table than what you pay for them. I've been using them recently in games, and really they don't die unless your unit gets caught out in the open and obliterated. But otherwise, you can normally keep your Spiritseer protected. And one last thing. Don't make your Spiritseer your Warlord unless you have to, because chances are he's going out into battle. So, that's been it. You know, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you in the next video. This has been Spiky Wargamer. Bye.